Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. Move over, Rover, and let TD take over. Be good or be good at it. God is great always in always. I hope you had an absolutely wonderful weekend, but you have an even better week. So, things in Palestine are worse than they've ever been before. And I'm not getting into this Palestine-Israel conflict, right? The hostages still have not been returned to Israel. And things in Gaza, Palestine are at an all-time high. Here's my thing. Where are all the protests in America? Right? Americans do not care. They love a protest, right? Is it BYOB? Is there a theme, right? Are there hors d'oeuvres? Is there a main course, a starter? Is there dessert? Is there a theme, right? Every summer in America, there's a theme, right? And this summer, for a few months, right, in the spring, was Free Palestine, right? And it goes to my point that just Americans love a good protest. They don't give a shit about anyone or anything, because if they did, they'd be protesting right now. Because things in Palestine are the worst it's ever been. The pictures of the children starving. And again, this isn't analyzing the Israel-Palestine conflict, even though, again, the hostages have not been returned to Israel. President Donald Trump, Billy Big Bollocks, Delbert the dumbass, said that it would be over on day one of his presidency, but seemingly he has moved on. And now things in the Gaza Strip, Palestine, are, you can't even put it into words, right? You see the pictures of the kids starving. You can't even put it into words. But my point is, Americans don't give a shit. They love a good protest. Black Lives Matter, COVID, George Floyd. They love a protest. Where are all the tents on the campuses? Where are all the protests? Right? It's over. It lasts for probably a good few weeks. Right? That's all it comes down to, because at the end of the day, Americans just do not give a fuck about anyone but themselves. But they love a protest. Now, here's the flip side to that. Are they that scared of President Donald Trump? And as I've told you time and time again, fear keeps people in line. But you know who rules by fear? Dictators and tyrants. So is America moving towards becoming the next Russia? Yes. That's exactly how Putin rules. It is exactly how Kim Jong-un rules, and other dictators of the past. Stalin, Mussolini, Hitler, etc., etc. They're that scared of President Donald Trump. Right? That's what it also boils down to. It's not just that Americans don't give a shit about anyone but themselves, but they love a protest. Is it BYOB? Are there hors d'oeuvres? Is there a theme? What time does it start? What time does it end? Who's driving? What's going on? Is there a theme? All these big, important questions that Americans want to know when they join a protest. And they like feeling involved, right? They like feeling connected to each other. But the bigger problem could be President Donald Trump and fear. What do you think? Fear keeps people in line. But Fear is also the way a dictator, a tyrant rules. What do you think? I'm curious. Why do you think all of the protests? Because again, if there was a time for a protest about what's going on in Palestine and Gaza, it's right now. It's right now, but there is nothing. Nothing. Nothing at all. It's business as usual in America. Love you. As always, let me know what you think.